Morning, guys and girls. Well, it is that time of the year. It's cold. Everyone fishes less, but it doesn't mean you have to. Now I'm here with Riaan Maas from Angling Marine here in Jeffreys Bay. Morning, Riaan.
Morning, Andre. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And we're gonna talk bass today. Now, I don't care what type of fishing you do. Every angler, either a few times a year or every now and again, will take out a bass rod. Because everyone loves a bass jumping out of the water, the way he hits, the way he eats, and the way you have to lure him out. And I think that's something everyone will agree on. If you're an angler, you would love that. If you haven't done it, that's your own fault. Get to it. So why we're here this morning is in winter time, it gets a bit more tough and a challenge to actually get some fish. Bass, any fish. So the same for bass fishing. Now we understand that feeding patterns change in the winter, and maybe they feed slower, but I'm going to ask Riaan, who this weekend that just passed, him and Enrico came second in the ASFN competition, teams competition we had at Elandschach in Paulville, one of the dams that's 40 k's from here, from Jeffreys Bay, and one of our favorite places to go fish, to mention a few. The same with Brocadina applies, and the same with all the other dams, farm dams in the vicinity. So Riaan, I'm going to ask you, if you had to advise someone to get some results and a good fish, what technique would you actually start with if you would pick one?
If I pick one technique, I will go for maybe a soft plastic bait. Fish it a little bit slower in the morning just to check if there's anything biting. If you're fishing with a partner, you can speed it up in front with a crankbait or something just to figure it out. But normally you will catch a fish on a slower bite.
Are you going to give us a good example of what plastic would be your first choice?
For me, I will always go for a craw in this area. Craws work everywhere, but in this area a good craw works quite good.
And an example, what would you?
I'll go for something like this, the Noeby craws.
This is those new exciting
brand.
new baits, eh?
Very new brand, but it works.
It's DIY.
Yeah.
And Noeby brings it in. It's one of their
brings
products.
it in, yeah.
Now, guys, this is a various amount of colors, if you see in the back, and these are craws with really some nice colors. But that's not the key feature of this product. The key feature is the price. At under 100 Rand a packet, which we know plastics these days.
And it lasts. We fished it and I used one bait until I broke it off, but used one bait and caught a few fish on it. And exactly that color as well. That was the color we used and caught a lot of fish on them. And then black and blue as well.
Now this is in these nice packs, so it protects your baits nicely. I'm going to take one out. Now guys, this pack will be on special because I touched it, so you must rush here to the shop. But guys, you can see it's a nice durable bait. And obviously what Riaan says is true. We've just verified it will last a bit.
And what's like about this is you take it out of the package, it makes it very smaller, and you just fill it in.
You can put a whole bunch. Yeah, that's quite nice. Huh? And now, how would you rig this?
I have a line rig and with the weight bait, and then fish it slow.
And what hooks would you advise someone to start with?
2-0, Sensation 2-0, or any one of your choices. It's just a well-priced hook. So I'll go for something like this.
I'm quite big on megabytes, must have, which I like.
Yeah, that is a better quality hook to use, and you'll get a much better hook set. Then this is just a little bullet sinker, but this is the normal lead one. That is again price.
This is a nice Texas for Texas if you peg it up onto the fish or just in front of it.
Yeah, and if you got a little bit more bucks to spend, you can go for a tungsten. That's over here on this side. But that's just profile wise, you get a smaller profile for the same weight.
Which often in certain areas and certain circumstances will give you a better bite.
Yeah, because
more bites.
It gives a better sound on the rocks. When you hit the tungsten against a rock, you get a better sound out of it, and it's a little bit more sensitive when you're using braid.
And if we have to switch to rods, what would you advise?
Okay, we've got a whole range of rods from cheap to
I see that.
to expensive.
Depends on your budget, really.
Yes, but remember you don't lose any quality, build quality when you're going for a cheaper range. You just lose the material quality a little bit.
So
for me,
lower price
yeah.
guides, lower price.
For me, I like
reels.
a little bit higher end because it's sensitive and I get a little bit more action out of the baits I use.
What would you recommend?
I'll go for one of the Omens. That's one of the rods I use on the boat a lot of the time, and it's sensitive enough. And we've got a whole range from 6'7" up to 7'4", and it's from medium to heavy rod.
This is a nice looking rod. Cosmetic wise, it's really nice aesthetics to this rod. Very light. If you guys come and feel it, if you're in the store, the 13 Fishing Omen. Very, very, very nice rod at a good price point. Looking in the region of 1,600. Remember, this is 2025. If you might watch this video 4 years from now, that's not the price anymore. Okay, but good price point for a bass rod and a full range. And then they've got different, like the Faith, and you mentioned another one,
Meta,
13 Fishing.
that's the little bit higher end one, but the Meta range, this is the Metas. And you will see it's got a little bit different finish to it.
Or even lighter, eh?
I haven't fished one yet, but still gonna.
How nice this rod. Okay, that's in the 2.5 price range, but you can definitely feel it's like air. It's very, very light, very nice. And then your choice of reels really depends on the customer.
Yeah, that really
comes down to
depends
price,
to
on
price
your budget,
point, budget. We've got a whole range from Shimano right through to 13 fish as well. I fished this one this weekend, the one with the little white handles. You can take it out with that. What's interesting about this one, the drag is inside, so you set it once and you're ready to fish. But also a very nice little reel, budget-wise reel, and I've fished mine hard and still going. Dunked it a few times. Haven't serviced it yet, but for fishing trip, and still going.
Aesthetically, that's really a sexy little reel if you look at it. I think that's 13 Fishing is really good at making a nice looking product.
Yeah, and it fits
in
with
most
their
of their
rods.
products it is like that. Well, Riaan, that's exactly why we're here. Thank you for running us through. Now guys, there you have it, a nice little setup, either Carolina or Texas rig, coming down to the point of slowing down your fishing.
Yeah.
Right? What we refer to in Natal, or used to refer to as dead sticking. You can literally put the bait down and leave it for a minute up to 2 minutes before you move it for the first time. And
then
often you'll get the bite even before you move it.
Yeah, and it's not always a big move. Sometimes you just flick it a little bit so that the sinker touches the rock again and you get the bite.
And I can say in winter time, what I've picked up now in the comps as well, early morning they'll move a bit into the shallows, where the shallows are very close to deeper areas. And when we say deeper areas, it's anything from 15 foot to 25 plus foot, where that type of depth needs to be close to a 6 to 2 foot area where they can quickly go up and get some food. And if you start early morning there and then work your way down, because they'll work their way down as the day progresses. So slow the fishing way down, and the main thing about winter I love, bigger fish, bigger catches.
Bigger.
Thank you, Riaan.